this morning I had a big interview, and it was like a series of interviews, and I mentioned that they kind of threw some, out of the blue curveball questions that were just kind of you felt random, and just kind of trying to trip you up. They probably
some bullshit. They threw some bullshit at you,
right? And so I was wanted to ask you, what are some weird and unusual interview questions you've gotten?
So we've experienced very different interviews.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because like I was applying like the Peace Corps and like the Episcopal Service Corps.
Yeah.
And I got one was like, so I've read your resume. Who are you though? That was it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to respond, so I listed like very like, well, I am a 22-year-old male. This is how I began the question. I'm a 22-year-old male.
That's not a great start.
Who grew up in California.
Yeah.
I'm a college student. Just very like facts. I listed facts when they clearly weren't looking for
No.
that. And I was just like, I was listening stuff while thinking of like, what the fuck am I going to say?
Yeah.
Because clearly that was just a stalling tactic, and they saw right through it. And I just rambled on for like legitimately like 5 minutes straight.
That's hilarious.
It was painful.
Yeah, we're always told. I've always been told like to handle the question like, tell us about yourself, which is sort of like that, except that yours is more like strangely put.
It threw me off.
Yeah,
like tell me about yourself. Like it kind of just opens it up more about who are you.
Yeah,
it's such a more like cuts you to your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always been told to handle that question. Like talk about yourself. As why should we hire you?
Yeah.
Like if you interpret it like that, it kind of like helps you center it so you're not. Because that's what I would do too.
In my senior seminar class for psychology, we had one of the career center people come in. They said exactly the same thing.
That's where I probably heard it.
I did that. I heard that after the
helpful.
Interview. Yes. Yeah. I hate the what is your weakness? Because I always say organization because I feel like it's a weakness, but it's not an ending. Because I've heard, like, you don't want to, like, say, like, my weakness is I care too much or some bullshit like that.
I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm not organized.
No.
Welcome back, though.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Episode 10, we've hit double digits.
Double digits.
Wow.
I did not think we were going to get it
I
this
didn't think
far.
we'd get to 2, much less 10.
Still no sponsorship.
Well, any day now.
Asking price is going down slowly.
So... I forgot we asked our listeners to.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I would love to do that.
That offer's still on the table.
Yeah.
Make sure you rate us and subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher. Check us out on SoundCloud.
5 stars is preferable.
5 stars is the best rating. I guess maybe if some apps are on a 10-star scale, then 10 but not 5.
Should probably go to better apps than a 10-star app.
I don't think those actually
Those
exist.
are stupid.
Follow us on Twitter if you haven't already at DBuddiesPod. Like us on Facebook, Drinking Buddies Podcast. Check out our SoundCloud playlist where we've compiled all of the just a handful of songs from all the obscure bands we name at the end of each episode. Any last tours? Oh, this week we're brought to you doubly.
Double.
By
Priscilla.
Yeah.
White Wit Wheat.
Yeah, we're both drinking it this week.
Of course.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
It tastes better after 4.
That's how you know it's a quality beer.
Yeah.
It also has a wild can. It's only pink. And the slogan is, where you been? Where you been? Where you been? Yeah. Yeah.
It's by Colorado Brewery, which is... I've never heard of this type of beer. I've heard of the brewery. What is it?
I have no idea.
It's, Oscar Blues. Yeah, but I've never seen this beer before.
Yeah, that's a cool brewery name, actually.
Yeah, their regular beer is, a thing.
Yeah.
This, I've never seen, though. This episode, we're getting back into another 6-pack. We're going to give you our top 6 Netflix original shows.
Yes.
Some clarification off the top. We're doing TV shows, so not Netflix original documentaries or movies. We also chose to exclude shows that started on a different outside channel and Netflix brought in to produce more episodes of, like Arrested Development,
and Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Unfortunately,
those are the big 2 that would probably be on my list.
Yeah,
but we chose to exclude them to just do 100% Netflix originals.
Yeah. Let me tell you, this was easily the most difficult opinion I had to form on the show. I hate my list. I am very conflicted.
I don't love it, mine either. Yeah, this was a lot harder than you'd think.
Yeah, I will fight to the death for my list, but I don't want to. I feel very conflicted by it.
Yeah, I just didn't realize how little of the actual originals I'd watched. I've watched Arrested Development and Black Mirror, and when you throw those two out, those took away 33% of my list. So
yeah.
That's tough.
Those have been two of my top 4 for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want me to get started?
Let's do it.
All right, let's break mine down. All right, so at 6, I have Master of None. This is Aziz Ansari's comedy. I like the style of it. I feel like it could be funnier, but it's not trying to be sometimes. I don't know.
I watched a few episodes of it, and because it wasn't just joke after joke.
It's not.
I lost.
It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
You know who's fucking hilarious in that though is his dad.
I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard
dad's
his dad
the best
was
character.
The star of the show.
He's the best. But yeah, Master of None. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
But it could be funny. I feel like, and that's why it's only at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, I put The Crown.
Ooh.
This was a good one. This is the story of Queen Elizabeth. Claire Foy. I can't read my own handwriting.
Yeah.
But the main girl.
Yeah. Elizabeth.
She's fantastic. She's so good in that show.
Yeah. No, I watched the first 6 or 7 episodes with my family because they wanted to get in the show.
Yeah.
It is so well acted.
Yeah, it is.
And just really well put together. It moves really slow. So I never got super into it.
Yeah.
But overall, watching it, you can be that's a good show.
Yeah. There's a lot of great actors. Elizabeth is probably by far the best. But her dad, King George, I think is his name. The actor who plays him does an amazing job with that.
Yeah.
So,
also, John Lithgow, Winston Churchill.
Yeah. Oh, he's
incredible.
He's so good in that.
He's good in everything.
Yeah.
Do you see him Dexter? Did you watch Dexter?
I've never watched Dexter.
Oh, you should watch that. That's a great show.
Yeah.
But he's an incredible actor.
Also, a little fun fact about The Crown: Hans Zimmer did the score. I don't know. A lot of people don't know his name, but he's done all the best movie scores of all the modern movies lately. Well, the big one is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a great score.
He did Dark Knight. He did. I think he did Inception, but I'm thinking of the other one.
Interstellar.
Yeah, he did Interstellar, which is a really unique score. If you like this, he did some other ones, but yeah, he's a pretty big name in the score world.
Of the score world.
Number 4, I have Narcos.
Mm-hmm.
The Wagner Morin, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's not Hispanic at all based on his name. But the guy who plays Pablo Escobar is so good in that show.
Yeah.
He just stands out. He's just he's plays the perfect villain. He kind of makes you sympathetic and just hate him at the same time, which is what all the great villains do.
I love shows that the main character is the villain.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just dig that.
The reason why Narcos isn't higher for me is they have this weird kind of almost cookie cutter narrating style by the DEA guy narrates it, and it's kind of I feel like they could have been more creative with that. He basically just talks through the story, the plot points, which is fine, but I just kind of felt it's
kind of lazy.
Yeah, it felt lazy a little bit. Number 3, I put BoJack Horseman. That show's hysterical.
Really?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Right.
Have you seen it?
No, I've not.
It's really weird, but it's really well done. It's kind of it's one of those shows that tries to be an anti-show, an anti-cartoon sitcom sort of thing. They do a lot of, it's really weird. But I think it's really funny.
I'll have to check that
Will
one out.
Arnett's BoJack Horseman, and his roommate Todd is Aaron Paul.
Oh, I love Will Arnett and Aaron Paul.
Yeah, so...
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, oh, they're good. It's funny. There's just a lot of subtle references. One of the funniest things in the show is they have the news network is MSNBC, and because the idea is there's like animals in modern day society, I guess. But so they're all sea creatures, and it's like MSMBSEE SEA.
Jesus.
But
That's such a bad joke.
I know. But on the ticker at the bottom, they'll have like news alerts when they do newscasts or whatever. And one was like, "Happy birthday to the oldest woman in the world," and there's like another news bit, and then it was like, "The former oldest woman in the world has died today." It was pretty funny.
That's okay. I like that.
Number 2. Now this is the one I'm feel like people are gonna be just pissed at me for. I put Luke Cage. Have you ever seen that show?
I've not. I've heard good things about it.
It's so good.
I've also heard it's the third best of the Marvel shows.
I don't like the Marvel shows a lot. Like, I just don't like that brand. Like, you know, I'm not super into like the what are they called?
Superhero movies or shows?
Yeah, but I was gonna say the superhero movies. You know what I'm talking about. Luke Cage is the only one I've watched, and it's so good. I think like what's his name? Mahershala Ali, the guy who won the Academy Award for Moonlight. He's in it. He's the villain.
Yeah.
And he just carries that show. He's so good in it. Yeah. So that's why I picked that one. It's a very black show.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So it kind of makes it different, and I kind of appreciated that. Number 1, I put House of Cards.
Of course,
Kevin Spacey is just so good in that.
And I can't remember her name, but
His
Kevin
wife,
Spacey's wife,
yeah,
arguably is the best.
She might be better than him. Yeah. But it's just like the whole how he's like everything's just so well plotted.
I'm really interested in this next season, just because like the political world has gone to shit, and like it's so like crazy now. How do you up that? You know?
Yeah, and and I think House of Cards and Narcos are like good to compare. Like the way House of Cards, he like narrates within a scene. You know,
looks at the camera.
They do that style. Like even if they did something like that with Narcos, it would have made the show like 10 times better.
Yeah,
it probably would have been number 1. But they just went with this like bland like the cop out to get Pablo Escobar. Yeah. This is where my story started, sort of thing. That I just found meh.
Yeah.
But House of Cards does a really good job with
it's
kind of intertwining like all those things.
Seasons 1, 2, and 4 were incredible. Season 3 was so average though.
Yeah.
That I feel like it dragged it. Like that season alone, I feel like dragged it down so much.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's still a great show though.
Yeah. Excited for the new season, which is soon, right?
I assume so. It's usually in the springtime.
Yeah. All right. That's my list. It's a list.
It is a list.
I somehow figured out how to put together 6 shows.
Yeah. All right. My list is very different.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it's
usually our lists are the same.
Yeah, I know, right? We have 2 shows that are both on the same list.
Wow.
Yeah. It is incredibly
different. Wow. I didn't even know there were that many shows to pick from, to be honest. Yeah. I know there's one very popular one I didn't pick, but it's probably on yours.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one absolutely is. Number 6 is Bloodline.
I've heard so many good things about it, and I haven't.
Full disclosure, I've only seen the first season. There's 2 out.
I heard the first season's like amazing. The second season is less amazing.
That's what I've heard, so that's why I haven't wanted to watch the second. Yeah. I heard the second one's still good though.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, which just got added to Netflix.
Did it really?
Yes.
Oh, I fucking love that show. I'm gonna watch it now. Coach is in that show.
I know.
He's the lead. I will only refer to him as Coach. I don't even know his name in Bloodline.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Like me and my dad and my brother and my mom watch it. We only refer to him as Coach.
Yeah.
We're like, what's Coach doing now? He's doing some blood stuff. That's what he's doing. Bloodline though is it's so well done, so well acted. I can't remember his name, but it revolves around a family, and one of the brothers, and you'll know immediately, is incredible in it. Like every scene he's in is captivating.
Okay.
But it does move a little bit slow, but it's totally worth. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Number 5, I'm going Unbreakable with Kimmy Schmidt.
I thought about putting that one on, and I didn't.
I wanted to include a sitcom, to be honest. That's why I included it.
Yeah.
And because the rest of them aren't. Yeah, I thought it wasn't like hysterical by any means.
Yeah.
And I've heard the what was the number 2 on yours? BoJackman.
Oh, well, number 3, BoJack Horseman.
I've heard that one. That one's probably technically funnier.
Yeah.
But there's just something really likable about the lead in this one that was also in The Office. What's her name? Ellie something.
Oh, are you talking about 3?
Aaron. She was an Aaron in The Office. I just really like her for some reason. She's very likable. A lot of energy. Kind of funny show. Number 4, full disclosure, I didn't see, but Making a Murderer. Wait, that wasn't a TV show. Was that a TV show or a documentary?
I'll count it. I wasn't. It was like a documentary series, but I thought I wasn't sure about putting that one on, so I didn't. But I'll allow it
because it's like multiple different episodes.
It's a series.
It feels like a series.
It was really good.
Yeah, I've heard great things, and I felt like it had to be on the list.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I wanted to watch it one summer, but I was just too tired the first time I watched an episode, and I just never tried again.
Yeah. As
people do. Number 3 is Narcos. Again, I've not watched it, but the reason I haven't watched it is after the first season came out, my brother was like, "This show's incredible. You need to watch it." And I was like, "I'm just gonna wait till they're like 3 or 4 seasons deep and then start."
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like just only watch the season and have to wait a year. So I'm waiting for this one. There's a reason behind it. But I've heard it's incredible. I've heard it just like is incredibly well acted. It's intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've heard the first episode is crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean Pablo. Yeah, the guy who plays Pablo Escobar just like steals the show in the first episode. It's nuts.
I also just really like the history aspect. Like it's a real thing, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's also something that that I thought was good about The Crown.
Yeah, The Crown could have been on my list. The Crown was very good. Number 2 was Stranger Things.
This was the one I mentioned. Was kind of referring to.
Honestly, it's 1A, 1B for me. I thought Stranger Things was just as good as House of Cards, but House of Cards has been going for 4 years.
Yeah,
and they've been great for 3 out of 4. While Stranger Things, they got to prove it a little longer. You know, there's gonna be season 2 if they keep it up on the same level. There's just something about Stranger Things when you watch it, and after like a few episodes, when you start getting into it, it's so well done, acted, written. I don't know. There's just something about it. Stuff to explain.
I don't think I've gotten deep enough into it to fully appreciate it, and so
I think if you were like halfway through, if you watched like half of the season, it would definitely be on your list.
Okay,
you should give it a try.
Yeah.
Number 1 is House of Cards. Of course it is. Like that's kind of the original shit, like the original Netflix show that brought it into, like made them a legit TV producing company. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just so well done.
Yeah, they've had that's
it's iconic. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other notable like movies, original comedy? I mean, the Chappelle stand-ups just came out. Those are really good.
That's really. I saw the Louis C.K. one. That was good.
I haven't seen that one yet. I need to.
I was about to include Orange Is the New Black, and I feel like we're gonna get a lot of hate for not including that.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Did you ever see an episode of that?
I have not seen an episode.
I watched the first season. It was really bland. Okay. None of the characters were really likable. There were like a couple of the side characters were.
Yeah.
Like none of the main characters though.
Interesting. There's some do for you.
Yeah, I was about to put it at 6 just because like I felt like I had to, but I did that with Friends, and after when we did our top 6 sitcoms.
Yeah.
And after I felt guilty. I felt like I wasn't true. You know.
Yeah.
Because Friends doesn't deserve to be in the top 6.
Yeah, and I have never seen Orange Is the New Black. That documentary 13th, I kind of want to see.
I don't think it's a documentary. I think it's a
documentary.
Like the one where the kid commits suicide?
No, that's
13 Lies or 13 Stories.
Yeah,
or something.
Something
What's the documentary?
13th. It's about like incarceration of African Americans.
My mom told me to watch. I've heard that's incredible.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Too.
That's a good one. Let's see, I think a new season of Master of None's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. I might give that another try.
Yeah, it's different. But it definitely has moments where it's really good.
Yeah.
Would you like to move on to fuck this thing? Do you got a good one?
Let's do it.
All right,
I'll start off. So last week I went on a little bit of a spiel about how great Tony Romo is.
Mm-hmm.
It was about like a day or two before he came out with his retirement.
Mm.
And what was the day? Was it Tuesday or Monday that he did?
I think maybe, I don't know, Tuesday.
It doesn't matter. Let's say it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So on the day he retired, I was in the sandwich line, and the person who was making the sandwich at the Commons or the cafeteria at UP, for those who don't go to UP, And I was talking to the guy, and I was like, hey, and he was like, hey, I'm sorry about Romo retiring, because he knows I'm a big Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, man. He's very underrated. He's gonna. I hope he goes all. I hope people start to respect him. You know.
Yeah.
And some guy, some asshole, who I've never talked to, I've never seen this guy, this dick, butts into our fucking conversation and is like, hey, Tony Romo's a choker. And he, like, puts his hands to his neck and makes the choking symbol, you know? Like he's choking. And he says, like, what about Seattle? And I was shocked. It was an emotional day for me. That was Romo's retirement was an emotional. It was an end of an era, end of my childhood. It was an emotional day, and that dick did that. Oh, it ate at me. It ate at me.
I'm sure that's still festering.
It is. I push it down, and then I haven't talked about it since now. And now it's really, really.
Have you seen that guy since?
No, I want to punch him in his goddamn neck. Oh Jesus! What a dick.
What if he shows up and we're playing him in our pickleball game next?
I'm aiming.
Noah and I have an intramural pickleball team.
Oh, we're going all the way.
And an aside, we can cross something off our bucket list. We had a team name that was too raunchy for intramural sports, and they changed it for us.
Do you want to tell us what we were doing?
Well, so the best. I think I need to say like the full story because I was like sort of joking when I suggested our team name, but yeah, Noah was like, we want to start a pickleball team because it's doubles. I was like, sure. And he said, I ain't got any ideas for a good pickleball-themed intramural team name.
Mm-hmm.
So I jokingly threw out, how about the extra girthy pickles? And I didn't think much of it. And I kind of like went back to doing whatever I was doing, like homework or something. And then I see an email pop up, and it's a team invitation to me to join the extra girthy pickles. And I was like, oh, he did it. Anyway, we showed up to our first game. They changed it that day because I checked the day of our game and to see like our schedule, you know.
Yeah. And
our team page was still the extra girthy pickles, and we showed up, and the refs are asking, you know, like what teams are there, and we're like, we're the extra girthy pickles, and they're like, oh, you mean the extra big pickles? And then we checked the system, they changed it. It's the extra big pickles now.
Part of me is angry, but part of me is like, we did it. Like,
finally.
we accomplished something in our college career.
We've been close many a times, I'm sure.
And our water polo team name is also pretty incredible.
We're on an intramural inner tube water polo team,
which is the greatest sport of all time.
And our team name's the Seamen, like sea men.
Yeah, I think you get it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I find when you're like, I played a lot of intramural sports, it's all about the team name. Because I'm not going to win it, you know?
If you win it, that's just like gravy.
That's gravy. You know? If you win the team name, though, if you have the best team name, nothing else matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it matters a little bit. But,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
in between the starting whistle and the ending whistle, it matters.
Yeah.
Winning matters.
Alrighty, what's your fuck this thing?
My fuck this thing is sports. So I'm going to explain this. Well, first of all, I just feel like I've always had sports and me as a fan just haven't gotten along.
Oh, I know that pain.
Yeah. I'm not, I'm preaching to the choir here. But, my favorite, my Cowboys is the Dodgers. They're, the team I grew up being a diehard fan of from pretty much day one. They haven't done a whole lot since I've been alive. They've actually been really good the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And people don't realize like that's really the only 4 years they've been good since I've been. They have like spurts every now and then, but I've never been to the World Series in my lifetime. And this season, because I was having my issues with Major League Baseball, not unsimilar to the things I referenced last episode, just kind of about the whole culture of like no bat flipping and kind of all that stuff. So I decided I was gonna follow a Japanese league team because it's the second best baseball league in the world. So I did like a ton of research, like way more research than I needed to do, and to pick what would be my beloved Japanese league team. And I picked a team, and literally the first game that I decided that they were going to be my team.
When you started watching, they went up, right?
Yeah, they were winning. They were winning. the first game I was watching, because you can only, here in the U.S., you can really only watch day games.
Yeah.
Because they're at night here. So the first game I was able to actually watch, they were winning. I'm like, this is awesome. This is cool. They have like this really awesome celebration where when someone scores a run, all their fans take out these mini umbrellas and start raising them up and down in unison. And it's
I don't think you told me that.
It's
That's
like
fantastic.
and it symbolizes telling the pitcher to go to the showers. It's pretty great.
That's so nice and peaceful.
Anyway, they lost that game on a walk-off grand slam. So that was like my first introduction to it, and I was like, okay, that sucks. You know, sports are harsh.
Yeah.
The second I decide to root for a team, they just get emotionally destroyed. And that was like a week and a half ago. They haven't won a game since. They're 0-6 in their last 6 games, and like they had a couple rainouts and stuff. Yeah, it's been brutal.
I don't want to say you're a jinx, but I feel
I'm
like
absolutely
you might
a
be
jinx. I don't think I've ever brought luck to a team I've rooted for.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, so I just think I'm gonna stick with them though.
Yeah, that's what fans do.
We're gonna start from the bottom.
You ain't no bandwagoner.
Nope. That's why I did so much research in the beginning. I didn't want to I just crossed off, the very best teams.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, but you also don't want to willingly
pick the worst team.
Yeah, you don't want to sign up for
you
the Browns.
Pick the Browns. Yeah.
You don't want to if you're going into it with no previous rooting interest, and you have a free reign to pick whoever you want. Don't pick the Browns.
Don't pick the Browns.
So,
and even if you...
I accidentally did, though.
You accidentally did. Well, if the Browns pass up on Myles Garrett, then you.
That's a whole other
That's
conversation.
a whole nother... Yeah. No team can compare to that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna do big things in the coming years.
Yeah.
Would you like to move on to obscure band?
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
All right, my band is a solo artist. His name is Benjamin Booker. He has one album out right now and is a week or two away from putting out a second, or sometime in the near future. He's about to go on tour. He's coming through Portland, I think.
Damn.
He's got a great voice, but not like Freddie Mercury great. Stereotypically great. It's just really unique, a little bit gravelly. It's the type of voice where if you heard him on the radio, you know who he is and you heard him on the radio, but not a song you knew, you'd be like, that's Benjamin Booker. That guy's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rockish sound. He's incredible though.
That's cool.
I
I'll
really
definitely have
do.
to check him out.
Yeah.
That's cool. He's coming through. When is he coming through Portland? Do you know?
Sometime in the summer.
Oh, okay.
I just remember thinking I wasn't here for it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you're around in Portland this summer, check him out.
I heard he gives a good concert too.
Oh, well, there you go. That's doubly good.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You can check him out on our Spotify playlist in the next couple days.
Yeah.
Whenever I remember to add them.
Yeah.
Since I don't remember sometimes right away.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts this week?
I'm trying to think of one, but I can't.
You can't. Sports are just hard.
Sports are tough. I'm thinking about the Cowboys now.
Yeah.
We're in some serious trouble. Yeah. Alrighty.
Every year feels like that.
Every year feels like that. And the years that I feel good coming in, we go 4-12.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, if you disagree with any of our lists or both of our lists, feel free to yell at us. I'm sure you will.
I don't blame you.
I honestly won't either.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, rate, subscribe, and have a great week, everybody.
Have a good week.